welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. It's so lovely to be back. So we are officially in the new year. I hope you guys had a great new year, by the way, but we are literally the 5th of January, I think it is today that I'm recording this. So I'm back with product reviews to kickstart the year off. This is a different company that I'm trying that has beauty products that didn't usually have them. So I'm literally going to review Glam today. So I have 3 products to review. One will have to be on a different day because there's another eyeshadow palette, but this is the one we're going to do today, and also the lip tint. So before I get into this, I just want to discuss a few things about this company. So this company is known as Shein. They obviously do a lot of clothing, they do makeup now, they do all sorts, like they do electronics, homeware, shoes, clothes, hair pieces, garden stuff, you know, they even do furniture now. That's crazy. But this company has been around for a few years now. They're very popular. They do affordable clothing. They do a lot of good stuff. Now there is controversy around this company because, you know, recently came to light with the fact that the workers were in poor conditions, or at least they were overworked. So there was a lot of controversy around that. But I wanted to kind of give it a go with the beauty products around it, because this is known as a more cheap, affordable makeup. Shein or Glam, what they call themselves, is not known as high-end. It's pretty much drugstore, even cheaper than drugstore. So a lot of people have access to these products, and so I want to see if they're any good. And also basically they have tons of different products to choose from. These are just one I picked up. So I have got an eyeshadow palette here called Glam Virtuous Virgo palette. So this is like a Virgo, so if you are a star sign Virgo, this might be something that you might like. So obviously this is a mini palette that I picked up, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try a few products here and see what we can get from them. So as you can see, it's not been opened, it's still got the seal on it. This is like a green type palette, so I'm not sure if Virgo, the colour is green for you guys with your like birthstones, but this is definitely a palette of green colours, which is very interesting for me. I've never usually choose green, so we'll see how it goes. Now about this, so it's cruelty free, which is good to know. It is 24 months of use before you have to kind of, I think when palettes say 24 months or 12 months, they mean that you can still use them, but the colours will be less vivid and a bit more dull. So that's why they say you have to change it out every year or 2 years or 3 years. And then it's got a bunch of different colour languages on the back. However, it does say here that you are a hashtag goals virtuous Virgo, patient, kind, hardworking and faithful. You lead your life with humility and grace, but now's the time to give yourself the gift of glam, because if anyone deserves it, it's you, babe. I'll treat to you a range of stunning, down-to-earth greens and high-shine gold glitter that's a major mood, because it's okay to be a little extra once in a while. I couldn't see any other palettes that were different star signs or whatever, so I will look out for them in a future reference, but this is one that I picked up that caught my eye straight off the bat. There's nothing else to say about it because I can't really read the rest of because the rest of it's in kind of different languages. However, you do get 0.28 ounces, so 8 grams. And yeah, it looks pretty cool actually. The second product here is a lip tint. I think this is a lip tint actually. It's Glam Peel Talk lip tint. Yeah, lip tint. So you get 0.11 fluid ounces, so 3.3 milliliters. This is also cruelty free. Now, I don't know if all their products are cruelty free, but these, the ones that I have got are cruelty free, which is really good. Which is actually really good actually. So this actually has an expiration date on the back of it. It says the 13th of the 11th 2027, so this actually goes off next November, which is actually a pretty good decent lifespan. Does it say anything about it? I'm just trying to read it. So long lasting colour without the heaviness of lipstick. We've got your thing. Our new Peel Off's lip stain provides fresh and vibrant colour to your lips that lasts all day long. Just squeeze to apply, let it dry, and then peel it right off. So I've never used a lip tint before, so this is going to be pretty good. So I also did purchase a few brush products to try as well, because I've been wanting brushes, but I have brought some on Amazon as well that I'm going to try separately. However, because I was on the website, I thought to myself, right, I'm going to try their brushes. So I do have a big range of brushes here. This is a pack of 50 odd that I got for about £11. Pretty cheap. So they do kind of molt a little bit. Some of the actual fur is coming out, so I'm hoping that my face won't be covered in it, but we're going to see how we go. Also, this actual kit that I got comes with a brush cleaner, so it kind of gets in the grooves of the brushes. We also have, now this is known as a clean sponge, which I'm not sure if it's to clean your face from makeup or if it's just to, you know, help clean your brushes, but I'm not sure what they are. And then I've got about 3 or 4 of the big sponges. Now these are a bit firmer than the Real Techniques one, so I'm not sure how they're going to face when it comes to actually blending out your makeup. And also I got tons of these baby ones, which will be really handy to put on your concealer. They are quite firm, so I'll see how they spread out when I put my concealer on. Small blending brushes. They're very, very kind of fluffy. One's more coarse than the other one, but they should do the job pretty well. Now you can't see it on here, but some of the fluff is sticking up. I'm really hoping it doesn't molt too much on my face. You know, you deserve to kind of be beautiful or whatever it says, but it's exactly the same inscript on the inside, so that's pretty cool as well. The colour of the palette is pretty cool. I like the actual front of it, where it's got kind of like a, what I call a goddess, kind of like a nature one, with all the kind of like leaves and flowers, and these are the colours. So they might not do it justice on the screen, but we do have, I think this is a dark, every single colour here is green apart from 2 colours. There's a brown and a gold. So this is a very, very, you can't see it, it's not blue, but this is a dark green, like a forest green, but maybe even kind of a shade darker. We have one called Witty, which is a dark green. Then we have Artistic, which is a more kind of a leaf green. And then we have Reliable, which is a brown. We then have Modest and Patient. So Modest is a gold glitter and Patient is a very grass green colour. We then have Faithful, which is also another shimmer, but this is a green one. And then the top one, which is caught my eye, is High Standard, which is basically a very much a glitter concoction here. Now I do want to swatch them quickly and see if they do come out pigmented. So I'm going to start with Humble, which is the very darkest one of the palette. As you can see, it's come out on my finger quite well. Now with these kind of cheap palettes, I will say this, I'm hoping it blends out and it actually doesn't, it's not very like patchy when you blend it out. So as you can see, pretty much pigmented. I'm going to go with Modest, which is a glitter one, and see if this gold is any good. Okay, so it's definitely pigmented, but it's not too out there. It's more kind of toned down when it comes to the shimmers. I want to go into this High Standards one. This has really caught my eye. Now, I will say this straight off the bat, this is quite chunky. So as soon as I put my finger in, it's kind of moving about. It's very chunky. I feel like this won't stay on the eye very well, but we'll see how it goes. Oh my gosh. But yeah, look, as you can see, if you move it about, it kind of shears out a bit. So it starts off quite, it kind of shears out. So I'm not sure about that one, but we'll see. So, but as you can see, when you blend it, I'm not sure if it's going to go patchy or not, but we'll see how we go. Reliable is a nice kind of, I'd say, very mild brown. It's a very kind of neutral tone. It's not too pigmented, this one. I might start with Patient. Patient is a top one, the green one. Should we start with Patient? Let's start with Patient. So this is the lightest green one in the pack. This has a lot of fallout. I don't think you can see it in here, but we have. No, you can't see it, or you can a little bit, look. And I'm just going to start blending this out. I'm hoping this is not patchy, but we'll see how we go. So, you know, for a palette that's kind of cheaper, I might have to zoom you guys in. Like, this palette, because of the price of it, I think the price, I think it was about £3 or £4. I think, if I remember, because I had discounts when I don't know why, but they offer so many discounts now. So I actually got it for like less price, but the palettes are really cheap, and a lot of makeup is cheap actually on there. I'm just going to put this on the oval of my eye and just start blending this out. So I'm going to go with a really kind of like greenish look today. I don't really want to add brown onto this. I want to go with the green colours, maybe a bit of shimmer on the lid and stuff like that. I'm just going to do the same sort of process when it goes to blending. Make sure I blend it out pretty good. Get in that corner as well. I quite like that tone. That colour's actually really pretty. That colour is really pretty. I switched up the lighting on my ring light because I didn't want to look so cold, and like it makes me look like I'm like literally cold. So I had to switch up the lighting. It is daylight. It's snowing outside currently. So we have snow here in the UK in certain parts. So it is pretty cold. So make sure you guys are staying warm wherever you are. Artistic, which is kind of like it's like a mix between a blue and a green. It's kind of mixed in together. So it's like a dark turquoise. I'm going to use this in the same sort of area, I feel like. But maybe this fallout is so crazy. I'm going to use it in maybe the inner corners for a bit and see how we go. So the pigmentation's not bad. It's not bad. The fallout is bad. The pigmentation's not. I'm hoping that it doesn't start to get patchy though. I'm going to start like kind of pressing this colour in the inner corner. I don't really want to do a cut crease today or nothing like that. I just want to kind of try this out. I want to go slightly on the inner side as well, just to give it that kind of like ombre effect. And then what I'm going to do is take my other brush that I had, that I haven't used yet, and I'm just going to blend out the edges. When you do your crease, kind of like, when you blend out your crease, make sure to kind of get into that groove of your eye. Everyone's got one of them grooves in their eye, no matter how small it is, but make sure you feel like you'll feel when the bone is, or when like it kind of like dips in. Make sure you get in there and just swirl it around to get that product right in that corner. So the Witty is this one here. I'm just going to do the same thing, I feel like. I don't really want to use Humble today because Humble's the darkest one. I don't want to take my look too dark. But I want to put this in the inner corner as well, just to darken it even more. I don't want it too dark, but I want that depth a little bit. Because the Humble looks, it literally looks like the darkest green I've ever seen in my life. It's like a mix of black and green. I don't really want to go too dark, like blackish today. I'm going to go all green with this one. I might add a bit of High Standards on top, but I'm going to go in with this one here, which is Faithful. The brightest green of the palette. This one's shimmery though. It still has a lot of fallout. I'm just going to see how it's like without any sort of spray. Okay, so you can see it. It's not the best pigmentation, but it's definitely decent. I've got to say this though, you know, the fallout is quite bad. The palette is really nice. The colours put together are really good. The pigmentation of these colours are quite good considering the price that it is. They're not looking too patchy, if I'm honest with you, at the moment. I'll see how they wear throughout the day though, because sometimes even when you kind of prep your face, some eyeshadows can be a bit... Okay, so that's pretty decent. So just from one layer, we have got a decent coverage of this shimmery shade. I will go over with my setting mist in a minute, just so we can brighten it even more. Same colour. And see if it's going to be any more pigmented. I actually really like this colour, I'm not going to lie. Okay, so it does bump it up a little bit, but to be honest with you, the base of this colour is still quite like bright. I'm going to go try this high standards one. So I'm going to go dip into this high standards. So, oh my god, you got to be careful with this one, because I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can see it, the fallout, and it's chunky, which is not my cup of tea. However, I'm just going to try a little bit on my eyes. So I'm just going to literally push it on and see what happens. Yeah, it's very... I kind of made a mess of my face. I will say this though, it's very pretty. It's very pretty, but it's very chunky. I'm not minding it because it looks like really like, it looks like a mix of like festival, you know, this would have been good for Christmas time. This would have quite a lot. And the really glittery ones, like the one I just used, is very chunky in texture, which can be an issue. But the rest of the colours, I haven't found many problems as of yet. It doesn't look overall too patchy. It's not going to be the best quality, because at the end of the day, it's not like anything like L'Oreal or Maybelline or any brand in general. This is kind of a more toned down, cheaper version. I mean, a lot of the products, sometimes you can find products for like £1 or less, or like how, you know, it can be quite cheap. So it's not going to be the best in the world, but for what you're getting for the price, it's not bad whatsoever. I'm going to do my lower lash line because I want this overall full effect with this green. So I'm only going to put a little bit of the light green underneath, I feel like. I don't really want to put an ombre or anything like that. I'm just going to put some light green underneath. Like so. That looks so weird, but it looks so cool. I love that you can do anything you want with makeup. Like, makeup is very like versatile. Just a very small one. As you can see, the glitter's still falling off a bit as well. Perfect. Lashes. These are the same sort of, these are the same style, but I bought 2 of them because I love their lashes. Okay, so these are literally sealed. They are number 8D36. They're known as, I think it's just wispy or something. These are quite like wispier lashes. As you can see, they're very kind of like fluffy. We do have, as you can see, they're very fluffy. I'm just going to use a pair. So usually what you'll do is you take them upright so they face downwards, and then you'll take each one for each eye. So that would be left and that would be right. You can write as well. If you find it a bit tricky to find out which is which, you can write on them like left, 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 and then you can know when to put them on. or what eye to put them on. So I will be using my Eyelure glue because that's my favourite that I've used, and I will stick them on my eyes. Now to take them off, it can be tricky. I have ruined a couple of pairs in the past, taking them off a bit kind of wrong, but what I do is I bend the first set of eyelashes up here, and I just start with maybe the outer or inner corner, and I just slowly, I don't know if you can see this, you can use a tweezer but I use my hands, slowly, just gently, like with the band, take it off. And the same with the other one. I've done my lashes, I've done my eyeliner, everything's done. These lashes are massive, so they're definitely bigger than usual, what I usually wear. However, you can tone it down. I'm just going to literally correct conceal. Now this is brightening, however I'm just going to add little bits on my face where I need them so I can add that extra coverage on my face. So I'm also going to take it down here so I can show you how this sponge kind of blends out. I always do it inside my nose because my nose always needs the extra kind of like coverage. And then I'm just going to spot conceal everything that needs it. My chin usually needs quite a lot because, as I said, I'm shaving quite a lot with PCOS. I'm just going to take the sponge and I'm going to press it into the skin. Now these ones are quite nifty for getting right into the crevices that you need to get in. Okay, so it's not too bad. I don't usually use too much sponges anymore. However, it's not a bad sponge, you know, for a cheap product. It's not bad at all. It's not too bad. You know, overall I'll give it like probably a 7 out of 10 for these little sponges. Like I said, I'm not really a sponge person anymore. I use brushes a lot now. However, for what I need it for, it's not bad. It's not bad. But as of the sponge, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not a bad product to use. As you can see though, it kind of, the sponge did kind of brush off a little bit. So as you guys know, I love my sponges when it comes to my powder. So I'm using the same powders I always use. However, these came in the set with the brushes and I really want to try them. They feel similar to the ones I got down there. So I'm hoping they can do a good job. So I'm just going to take it, dip it into my powder so we have a nice even layer. And I'm just going to start by pressing it in the areas that I need it. Definitely going on as smooth as the other ones, so I'm very hopeful. I'm going to do it in kind of like a diagonal up the eye to kind of accentuate and bring it up. I'm going to do it around my nose, make sure to get in them crevices as well to set that powder really good. I'm going to do it on my lip. And when I'm doing this, I'm pressing it into the skin. I'm not going to swipe it because it can actually make it kind of move a little bit. Around my jaw. A little bit here, just so we can have that definition. A tiny bit on my forehead because I use a lot of bronzer anyway. Make sure we get in between the eyebrows. And then up into the temple. My face does look quite drying, but I'm going to use setting spray to set it all down. This is the one I bought last time. I think it was Rimmel London Maxi Blush in the shade Expose number 6. It's quite a nice kind of dark rose colour. I'm just going to kind of like stipple that on the skin. A little bit on the nose, a little bit on the chin, and then on the forehead. So not too much, just a little bit of colour so we don't look too kind of... I'm going to use my MUA Sunkissed bronzer. This is a cheap one. That's very good if you guys are looking for a good bronzer or at least a cheap alternative. I'm going to try not to get all my stuff wet, however. As you can see, it's gone from being really powdered to looking a bit more kind of like skin, you know? And that's what you want. You use eyeshadows. This one from the Fire palette from Revolution is my favourite. I use it all the time. It's so pigmented and yeah, I love it. So with this highlighter, I'm just going to put it on the inner kind of corner of my eye to make it pop, but I'm also going to take it up a bit into that kind of brow bone to kind of like, it kind of opens the eye up and makes it look a bit bigger as well. I'm just going to put some on the nose. A little bit of the lip, and then for the rest of it, apart from my eye, under my eyebrow, I'm just going to put a little bit here, a little bit under the eye, just to kind of like make it kind of pop. And then with the fan brush, I'm just going to literally dip into the same colour, but try not to get any other colours on my brush. I'm just going to put a light layer on my cheeks. Okay, so I am back with the finished look. I am loving how this is looking. I also just added a random lip gloss. It's just pretty much this pink one that I've been using just to add some sort of like sheen to my lips, and also just a bit of like pinkish tone. I'm not going to use a lip tint today like I said before, because it's literally going to make it too bright. I don't want to put a bright red onto this eye because it's going to contrast too much. I feel like I want to come back with that kind of red lip stain and do it in a video without makeup, or maybe just with a very simple eyelash look or something. So I will be back with that one shortly. However, I love how this has turned out. We've got the ombre kind of dark green into the light green. We've also got the shimmers and the highlight, and also it does bring out my eye colour like a lot more as well. We've got the big lashes, so like I said, if you want to try this look out, you can put on smaller lashes, you can put on coloured lashes, anything you would like. But overall, I really love this look. So for this palette, which is the Virgo one, so the Virtuous Virgo palette from Glam. So would I recommend this? Yes. It's got a lot of fallout, so just be careful with that. And also the top shade here, as you see, I've digged quite deep into it because literally it comes off really easily on your brush. It's quite chunky as well, so just be careful with that. However, I would recommend it. The colours are definitely buildable. It's not like too patchy, as you can see. It's a nice transition colour, so I would recommend for anyone that is wanting green shades. There is probably others, but I couldn't find them as of yet. I will keep an eye out though, because I'd love to try my one. It'd be so cool. I may even do a series if you guys are interested to do with like star signs, and maybe kind of delving into you know, the different colours, and that'd be pretty cool as well. So I would recommend this palette highly if you're wanting a cheap alternative, if you are going to shop at Shein, or if you ever wanted to try it. I definitely recommend. Just be careful with what I said, but other than that, I would recommend it definitely. It's been quite nice to work with. I do have another palette which I'm going to show you down the line, probably the next video, which I'm really excited about, even more excited about this one. It's going to be so cool. However, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back very shortly, probably in the next 3 days, with another video for you guys. So please stay tuned, make sure your notifications are on. And also, thank you to all my subscribers. And yeah, I'll see you next one.